Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is Saturday, May 15th, 2021 at about 6:30 a.m. I'm here at the Baldwin Gulch trailhead, a little bit up the four-wheel drive road, and today I'm going to be hiking Mt Antero. This is my first 14er for 2021, and I'm really excited to get back out here. Right now I'm standing on some pretty icy stuff. I think that the road is going to continue to be iced over a little bit as we're in the shade here, and this is kind of the north side of the peak. The estimated length is about 15 miles, and I'm thinking 5,200 feet of gain. So a pretty long day. This is a class 2 peak, and I know we're gonna get some opened up views once we get up into this basin. It should be beautiful. But again, excited to get out here. First hike of 2021, and we're gonna get it going. Got some good beers, snacks. Let's hit the trail. So I'm about 60 yards up the road, and this is the kind of ice that's on this road. I mean, as you can see, it is very slippery. I have my trekking poles, but this would be very difficult to get over. This is what it looks like going up the road. So this is looking north. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that that might be Mount Princeton. I know that that's the ridge. The true summit might be behind this guy. But I remember looking down to where I am when I was on the ridge doing Princeton last year with Dom and Jake. So here we go. Another year, another group of 14ers to get done. So although this is a 14er hike today, I do have some backpacking trips planned for this year. One trip for sure I'll be doing is up in the Grand Tetons. Gonna do a 4-day, 3-night trip, doing some of that Teton Crest Trail. What a beautiful morning. This road's starting to flatten out a little bit. Can catch my breath. The one concern I had with this hike was possible thunder and lightning. It is May, and you know, you get those spring storms coming in through. It did say about 20 or 30% chance of maybe some thunder. Once I get Antero here, I'm officially done with the Sawatch Range and the Collegiate Peaks. What are you doing? You following me? What are you doing? What are you doing, you crazy? So as of 2021, I've been taking my cardio a little more seriously, my nutrition, diet, vitamin supplementation, all of that. January I had a goal of running 100 miles, which I actually got, and since then I've been running pretty consistently, trying to keep my cardio up and my resting heart rate down. So hopefully these 14ers and big hikes will be even easier because my cardio shape is much stronger than it was last year. The gyms were closed, so I wasn't able to weight lift, which I like to do for my legs. So the last about 2 or 3 months, I've been getting back to the gym 2 or 3 times a week while maintaining that cardio, and gotta say, I think I'm in pretty decent shape right now. Might be the best shape of my life, to be honest, or close to it, but I really wanted to be prepared for these hikes this year. And after last year with the pandemic, I didn't want to just sit around waiting for a shot, you know? Wanted to make sure that I was keeping my health up, vitamin D, zinc, all my multis, turmeric, ginger, fish oils, just keeping the inflammation down. Hoping for a good season without injury, good motivation, and overall hiking speed due to my cardio. I should be getting up to the 4-wheel drive trailhead soon, which is at about 10,800 feet, and there'll be a creek I gotta cross. It's pretty icy, but the snow is starting to soften up a little bit, and I'm feeling like on the way back down it's gonna be slushy city. That's looking back down the way I came. It has been a very icy, snowy road. Great hike so far. I think these views are about to get pretty damn good. Well, it's a beautiful morning. Let the post holing begin. And I'm coming up to the stream crossing and the official sign for Mt Antero. Alright, so I gotta say, that creek crossing wasn't very easy. It's actually pretty funny. I'm glad that there's nobody else around here because some people just take their shoes off and tread through here. That'd be pretty icy cold, but thinking about it, I probably should have done that. I tried to rock hop here, and these rocks are covered in icy water right now because it's still cold. I slipped a little bit and got my right foot dunked in, so my right shoe's a little wet. But yeah, that's icy and very dangerous in the morning, so that was a challenge, especially with carrying my camera. I was a little concerned, but I made it across the creek. It has now officially become a snowy road walk. It's not too icy, not slipping, but it's just snow, snow, and more snow. I have my snowshoes, but I'm not having trouble getting grip. All right, I'm just plugging along here. I'm at about 11,600. The snow is very firm, and I haven't had a need for the snowshoes yet. Thinking on the way down, it'll be pretty slushy, so I'm gonna want that traction. Whew. Getting steep though. I have yet to see a person out here, despite all the cars at the trailhead. I'm not sure if that's Antero up there in the middle, but it might be. As I continue this road, very snowy. I think I'm gonna go right in between this ridge and that peak and hook left and go up the four-wheel drive road. Might be a little bit windy. And this is looking over to a Centennial, which is one of the top highest 100 peaks in Colorado. I think it's about 13.8. If I had time and my body held up, I might go try to get it, but there's a lot of snow up here, and I'm expecting this to take a long time, this hike as it is. So there's a white ptarmigan right there, blended in with the snow. It's beautiful. Well, just took a little snack break, had some pepperoni, cheese, and some chocolate covered walnuts. So that's where I came up. Not 100% sure if that's where you're supposed to. The road might have gone past and then come back right here. That looks like the road. It's just snowed over, and it would have cut across here, right where I'm standing, up this way. Look at these views. It's spectacular up here. Still haven't run into a person yet. And that's Mt Antero, I think. Straight center. So there's the first group of people I've seen coming down already. So I'm going to be following that road. Switch back all the way. And get to that nub. And you kind of get on the back side of that and then go back up this ridge. On the right side of that ridge. All the way to Antero. There's a summit. So this seems to be the strategy for walking these roads. Literally walking on the edge of the road. It's really tiring walking in the snow. Again, I have snowshoes, but the angle of this snow is pretty steep. It'd be very tiring on my feet. Going along this road. And then we'll switch back right there. And back up. And switch back one more time. And switch back all the way over to the right and out of sight. Alright, so change of plans here. I was on this road down here, and this traverse right here across this patch was very steep. Instead of traversing that and then going up that road and then over and back up and around. I've decided to just put the snowshoes on, and I'm just going right up this steep slope. Here's looking sideways. I mean, you can tell the angle. And I mean, if I were to lay down, I would just slide. So I'm glad I got my snowshoes and my trekking poles. But this is steep as hell, man. The road's supposed to go up there to the right, and then you wrap around that corner, but I see a guy way up there. He's wearing black. I think he just beelined it straight up that ridge, but I did see a group of 3 come down this road, and they didn't come around this corner, so I'm guessing they descended through this gully. All right, I'm gonna show you what's going on here. The road I'm supposed to follow is right here, and it's very snowy, and there's this section right here where I had my snowshoes, but it seemed really dangerous. There's a guy up there who just beelined it up this ridge. I actually went up this ridge and then tried to cross over here with my snowshoes, and it was so steep that I actually slipped and dropped one of my trekking poles, and it fell down that gully, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to get it. And I also cut my hand pretty good, so my pinky's kind of hurting. I don't think I broke it or anything, but got my knee right here pretty good. So I hate to say this, but this is the first time it's ever happened for me, but I think I'm gonna turn around. I don't feel safe doing this snow traverse even with snowshoes. I'm at about 12,700, and it's just not worth the risk. I'm out here alone, and I could slip and slide down into any number of these rocks. I was gonna attempt to traverse right here, so that's the road. I do have snowshoes again. I didn't bring my spikes or an ice axe, but that would have helped. The way I came was down there. I might go back that way. Might kind of go down that ridge straight ahead there, and then see if I can descend and glissade down that. But either way, looks like I'm heading home. So it's definitely bittersweet not being able to make this summit. I was about 1,500 vertical feet away, but I still had about 2.5 miles. Look at these views. Seriously. Can't deny this beauty. There was another approach called Raspberry Gulch, which was on the east side, and I almost decided to do that one. It's less traveled. It's not even an official route. I thought there'd be less snow maybe. Could have been even worse idea than this one, so we'll see. I'm gonna come back and either do this route when it's melted off in the summer, or I'll do Raspberry Gulch with a friend so that I'm not out here alone. They were calling for clouds coming in, and these are coming in sooner than later. It's only 10:45. I wouldn't have been to the summit till at least noon, and it looks like they're coming right this way. I'm just gonna kind of walk this ridge right here, and then I'm either gonna go down to the right or down here to the left, and then I'll be in tree line within 30 minutes or so. Got Mt Antero right there, but tradition is tradition. Whether or not I summited, still gotta have that craft beer. So today I brought Untitled Art Peach Melba Sour a la Mode. It is a Berliner style Weiss ale brewed with peach, raspberry, and currant and cinnamon. So I'm assuming it's gonna taste like a peach cobbler or something. So let's see how this works. For tradition, not too shaken up at all. Ooh, good color too. Nice peach color. Oh man. Wow. Yeah, you definitely get a sweetness of the peach, a little tart from the raspberry. That cinnamon on the end. This is delicious. Fantastic. Take a breather for a minute. I want to give you a shot of where I was earlier when I turned around. So that snowfield right there in the middle is where the road crosses, and I was trying to traverse, and That's where I slipped, actually banged my knee up and my knuckles. That pitch, it was way too steep for me to feel comfortable crossing that little snow patch, even if I had my snowshoes. If I had crampons and an ice axe, I would feel comfortable. The other gentleman I saw, he was just beelining right up this ridge, and he said to just cross up high and then continue to go up from there. This is the road where you're supposed to take. It does switch back there. I think it goes that way and then down, but I just came up this drainage, which I'm gonna actually take down just because the trail splits off down there. But I'm gonna get going. These clouds aren't as threatening as I thought, but you know, I can't see beyond this ridge and they do look pretty dark. Things can change really quick up here, so better safe than sorry. Going down this hill. Snow's softened up nicely, so I'm actually just cruising down. I could glissade, but just need to be a little steeper. But this is super easy. This is the greatest way to get down. I've been post holing a ton coming down here. I found someone else's steps, so I'm trying to just stay in those for now. Because I went down to about the knee, and it was a deep post hole, icy, so my shin kind of hit the edge of it. Just getting beat up today, man. Cut up my knuckles, my knees all banged up and bleeding through my hiking pants. Now this is where skis would come in handy. This snow is starting to melt, so need to be kind of careful not to post hole too much. I got about 4 miles of snow in store for me. Sick and tired of post holing. Put my snowshoes back on. Walking this road. I have returned to the creek. Got to cross this guy. Maybe I'll do a better job this time than I did in the morning where I got my whole shoe soaked. Take one more look at this basin before I head into trees. This place is just freaking gorgeous. I'll be back for you, Antero. I'll be back. Well, this wouldn't be the way outdoors if I didn't have another beer. Cerebral Wheels Up IPA, 6.5%, hopped with Sabro and Citra. I've not tried this one before. These guys are out of the Denver area. Needed a second beer for the road down, of course. Wheels up. Let's go. Tasty beer. Very good. I've given up all hope on having dry boots. Between the creek that is now flowing under the ice to the constant post holing where I'm knee deep in snow, I don't stand a chance. Here's an example. The snow's just gotten so soft. Ugh. Even with my snowshoes on, I was still going through. I figured just screw it. Just gonna chug it out. Got a good beer. Just gonna walk this road. I think it's about, I'd say 2 miles, maybe a little bit less on this road. Got fresh socks, but there's no point in putting on fresh socks if your boots soak. Just gonna chug along. I love when the creek starts melting off. It's kind of got like a layer of snow on top and the water runs under it. It's amazing how even 4 hours ago this thing was running so much less. It's a great hike, great day to be out. Weather held up. Wish I would have summited, but that's for another day. I have completed 34 14ers, and all 34 of those have been on first attempt. So this is my first time I've not made my summit on number 35. Not the end of the world. I will be back. Wonderful to get out. Been needing to get out. And we got like 6 days in a row coming up of rain and thunder and lightning. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be a wrap on the Mt Antero attempt. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon. Made it back to the vehicle, and it was a great hike. Made it to just about 13,000, maybe about 12.8 or 12.9, and just couldn't make it across that snow field. I lost a trekking pole down the snow patch, and it was too steep to bother to get it, especially because I kind of banged my knee up in my knuckle, but other than that, I'm all good. This road is just super snowy. In the morning, it was really slippery. All that four-wheel drive road for the remainder of that route was really slippery still. Despite not getting the summit, it was a great hike, great beers. We had the Cerebral IPA and the Peach Melba Sour. Can't complain on that. Weather's great, good beer, good first time getting out. Maybe a little early, but we did get dumped on as far as snow and precipitation this year, which is really good. Last year everything was burning down, so I hope that we maintain this moisture and have a good 2021 season. I will be back soon with another hike. Got a couple good backpacking trips planned this year, as well as a slew of 14ers I want to get done. So I hope you'll follow along and continue to enjoy my adventures. It was a beautiful day. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.